Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Dr. Heather Pease, and this is Research Methods in Psychology. So let's talk a little bit about what we're going to get into and what you can expect for the upcoming semester. My name is Dr. Heather Pease. I am a psychologist and a research methodologist and an instructor here at the University of North Florida. I have been with UNF since 2017, and I have been teaching research methods the entire time. I am also the coordinator for the Research Methods Lab, which is a companion course for this course. Additionally, I am the faculty advisor for the Psychology Club. One thing I would like to bring to your attention is that I really enjoy using memes and humor to teach. You will see that there are several memes throughout this presentation. Every meme that I'm using has been created in conjunction or by former students of mine in research methods. So I hope you enjoy them. My background, well, first of all, my bachelor's and master's I earned in general psychology, both of which were earned here at the University of North Florida. After completing my master's, I went to Loyola University Chicago, where I earned my PhD in research methodology. That degree was awarded in 2018. My academic interests are focused on research ethics and integrity, the history of research ethics, ethics education, and ethical decision making. Research is a fundamental component of society, and research needs to be done in an ethical and a moral manner so that it can best serve the community. So what I focus on is ensuring that the proper principles are upheld and that not only are we producing effective research, but our research is ethical and meaningful. My teaching philosophy is kind of fun. I believe that learning should be an experience. When I say an experience, I put a lot of emphasis on active and engaged learning activities. I believe there should be moments of critical self-reflection. I think that learning should challenge you to go beyond yourself where you currently are and to grow, and sometimes in a painful way. So the challenge should be there. Learning is also participatory, meaning it's a collaboration between you, myself, and your classmates. Learning is not something that should happen in a silo. You have a community here, and I encourage you to use it. Lastly, learning is a choice. You choose to be here. You choose to study psychology. So I hope that you choose to dedicate the time and energy needed in this course so that you may be successful. Another thing I would like to emphasize, the purpose of learning from my personal perspective is to help you become a wiser, kinder, and better version of who you already are. My job as a professor is to guide you through the learning experience. So bear in mind that help will always be given at UNF to those who ask for it. And a little nod to Harry Potter right there. So let's talk a bit about the class, research methods. Now, as I'm sure you're aware, this is a required course. You do need to complete the research methods and the research methods lab courses in order to enroll in your experimental courses, which are also required for your degree completion. So this is a really important class, and I'm hoping that you're dedicated to the experience. Now, what are you going to learn? Well, research methods, simply put, is all about a way of thinking. It emphasizes critical thinking and bias-free thinking. So how can you look at a situation and put aside our personal and individual perspectives and focus on the true, accurate information given to us? You're also going to learn the language and the logic of research methods. Language is really important here. Vocabulary is a significant learning outcome in the course. So understanding the language of research what the words mean and how they're interrelated are going to be highly, highly essential for understanding and being successful in the class. Also, you're going to learn how research impacts nearly every component of your life. A lot of people aren't aware of how extensive research touches us on a daily basis, but after this course, you will have a better understanding of that. So, let's talk about some proper expectations. If you're pursuing a bachelor's in arts, you need at least a 70% to pass this class. Those of you who are pursuing a bachelor's of science or a bachelor's in neuroscience, you need to have an 83% or better in order for this course to satisfy your degree requirements. Now, I am going to tell you it's a hard class. Research methods is probably one of the most difficult classes that you're going to take. It is not difficult because of the workload or the complexity of assignments. It's difficult because you're going to have to change the way you think about the world that you interact with. I expect you to have frustration and confusion going forward. So if you feel that way, by all means, please don't think that you're alone, because many of us are going to experience that. So why is this class difficult? Well, let me tell you, the answer to every single question you will ever be asked is literally, it depends. Research is not something that happens in a vacuum. Every component of the research process impacts and affects other entities within the research design. So therefore, we're never going to have a singular correct answer. We always have various methods and various manners to complete different tasks. So the answer and the process to everything that we do is really in a it depends kind of context. So the sooner that you can embrace the it depends idea, the quicker that you'll be successful in the course. Now, how to be successful? Well, here are the tips. First of all, expect not to understand everything at first. You're going to have to read and reread the course material. Reading something once will not be sufficient for truly understanding the context and the application of the concepts we're reviewing. I strongly suggest that you review the statistics chapter provided with your instructional resources. We are going to talk about statistics that will not go away, so let's make sure that we refresh those skills. Also, I encourage you to really utilize Inquisitive to its full extent. There are a great deal of instructional activities and videos available within Inquisitive that will help you develop a solid understanding of the material that you're being asked to learn. Lastly, learn your vocabulary, manage your time, and get comfortable asking questions. Odds are, if you have confusion about a concept, somebody else does as well. It's really helpful for me to know when y'all are a little confused or a little unclear. So please keep an open means of communication and ask questions of myself and your peers. Do note the message on the bottom. I want to reiterate, this is a required course and a prerequisite for your experimental courses. When you enroll in your experimental courses, your faculty are going to assume that you have a solid understanding of the concepts and skills taught within this course. They will not have the time to stop during instruction to re-educate on requisite skills and abilities. So please prioritize this course and recognize that none of this material is going to go away. You will use it over and over and over again in the future. So one more thing I want to tell y'all, and it's actually a little bit of information about me. Yes, I have a PhD and a master's and a bachelor's, but I also have a GED because I'm a high school dropout. I have failed and struggled and succeeded in my own educational journey. I earned my bachelor's degree when I was 31, spent 20 years working in the food and beverage industry. I'm a huge advocate of psychiatric and psychological services. I teach because this is what makes my heart happy. There's no other place for me in the world where I can have such a meaningful impact as I do here at UNF teaching y'all. And again, don't forget, help will always be given at UNF to those who ask. So thanks for watching, and I'm looking forward to us having a fantastic semester. Bye-bye.